Service to man is service to God. Man is not merely a human being, he is the embodiment of divinity. All acts of service done to others are to be treated as service rendered to God.
Water, one of man's greatest necessities. In the modern world, water is often taken for granted. But in many arid areas of the world, the poor have no access to pure water. In portions of southern India, in the rain shadow region of the Western Ghats, there are no major rivers, and the people are dependent on seasonal rainfall. During the rainy season, the canals and lakes usually fill up, for a time supplying the necessary water. But during the dry season, these water sources dry up. The land looks up to the sky, as the local villagers say, and has often presented a depressing scene. Living conditions in these remote villages are very difficult to begin with. But the lack of water can make life unbearable. Often, the only sources of water are terribly polluted. In many villages throughout India, the water has a high fluoride content, which can cause bone deformities and damage to teeth. The villagers have been compelled to use the same water they use for bathing, washing clothes, and watering cattle for their drinking water. In these same remote areas, the water needs to be transported from its source. And often, any water, no matter how polluted or how far away it is, has been used. The suffering of these impoverished villagers is an old phenomenon, but seldom has their cry of anguish been heard in quarters that matter. In Anantapur district in Andhra Pradesh, one of the driest districts in the state, 100 years of appeals to higher authorities brought no relief. But in early 1995, one determined native of this district decided to change things forever. That man is Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Born in the village of Puttapati in Anantapur district in 1926, Baba, or Swami as he is known to his devoted followers, holds pure love as the highest guiding principle of life. He has dedicated his entire life to the selfless service of humanity in innumerable ways. Baba launched through the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust a massive project to provide safe drinking water to 731 villages in Anantapur district, covering a population of nearly 1 million suffering villagers.
Today, water supply Anantapur Jilla Lopala, Andhra Pradesh సంబంధించినటువంటి ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ వచ్చి ప్రారంభించడము నిజంగా ఇది చాలా ఆనందించవలసినటువంటి విషయం.
It's a joyful occasion that the water project is inaugurated by the Prime Minister who belongs to the state of Andhra Pradesh.
The project, costing nearly $70 million, involved massive excavation, blasting, extensive pipe laying, construction of numerous filtration plants, storage reservoirs, and finally, tens of thousands of pipe outlets in the villages. Baba's spirit of love was infectious, not only enthusing project workers to exert themselves far beyond the call of normal duty, but also spurring the beneficiaries who came forward to cooperate in innumerable ways. This contagious enthusiasm spread to the state and district administration, and the typical bureaucratic delays disappeared. Thanks to Baba's constant and direct personal interest throughout construction, the entire project was completed in the record time of 18 months.
No matter how gigantic the task, you will succeed, for I shall be with you all the way. Love must express itself as service. Always seek the welfare of mankind.
In 1998, the facilities and works associated with the drinking water project in Anantapur were handed over to the state of Andhra Pradesh. The Anantapur project proved to be just the beginning, when in 1999, Baba turned to the northern districts of Medak and Mahabubnagar that also were plagued by acute shortage of drinking water. Here, Baba provided relief to over 321 villages and helped eliminate the suffering of over 1 million villagers. Thanks to Baba, for millions living in these remote villages, clean, safe drinking water is now available to them throughout the year, at their doorstep and free of charge. Baba has made sure that an autonomous board, free from external forces of any kind, manages the waterworks in these regions. As a result, the villagers are not only getting water, but they've also been empowered. An added benefit to the local economies is the fact that many of the villagers have received training and employment with the agency maintaining the waterworks. But the need for pure drinking water is not only in the remote villages of India. Sathya Sai Baba has now embarked on the monumental task of solving the drinking water problem of the huge metropolitan city of Chennai, with a population of over 8 million.
ఎంత కష్టమైనా సరియే మెడ్రాస్ కంతా కూడాను మంచి నీరు అందించాలని నేను సంకల్పించుకుంటున్నాను.
Let it be very difficult. Let it be a stupendous, magnificent task. Bhagavan has decided to supply drinking water to Madras.
The drinking water projects, executed thus far by the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, constitute the largest of such projects ever completed by an organization outside the government. All the completed projects and the Chennai project, now under execution, clearly show it is not always necessary to seek external help. Strong determination, combined with pure and selfless love, can really work wonders, as Baba has demonstrated indeed in all his projects. Relief projects do not always have to be as monumental as these have been. Sai Baba has said that what the world needs now are individuals dedicated to loving service of their fellow man. With this selfless love and the spirit of dedication to serve, much can be achieved.